Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of logical thinking. Ever wondered how to make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, or simply avoid those facepalm moments? Stick around and we'll show you how. Ready to unlock the secrets of logical thinking? Let's get started. So, what exactly is logical thinking? Imagine your brain as a supercomputer processing information at lightning speed. Logical thinking is like the operating system that helps us make sense of all that data. It's about using reason, evidence, and a systematic approach to analyze situations, solve problems, and make sound judgments. Think of it as the scientific method applied to everyday life. Just like a scientist forms a hypothesis and tests it, logical thinking encourages us to question assumptions, gather evidence, and draw conclusions based on facts. It's a skill we can all cultivate and improve upon. Logical thinking empowers us to make better choices in all aspects of our lives, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. So whether you're trying to decide on a career path, troubleshoot a technical issue, or simply win a friendly debate, logical thinking is your secret weapon. Stay with me, because in the next few chapters we're going to break down this process into manageable steps so you can become a master of logic. Before we embark on our logical journey, we need a starting point, a problem to solve. Clearly, identifying the problem is crucial, like establishing the prime suspect in our case of logical deduction. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start laying bricks without a blueprint, would you? Trying to solve a problem without a clear understanding of what it is like navigating a maze blindfolded. So how do we pinpoint the problem with accuracy? Ask questions. Be curious, be inquisitive. What are the specific symptoms? When did the problem first arise? What are the potential factors involved? Defining the problem helps us avoid wasting time and energy on irrelevant details. It's like separating the signal from the noise, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. Remember, a well-defined problem is half the battle won. Now that we've identified our problem, it's time to gather some intel, to become detectives of data. We need to dive deep into the sea of information, sifting through the waves to find the pearls of wisdom. We need information, the lifeblood of logical thinking. It's the foundation upon which we build our understanding and make informed decisions. Think of it like baking a cake. Each piece of information is an ingredient that contributes to the final outcome. You wouldn't just throw random ingredients together and hope for the best, would you? That would be a recipe for disaster. You'd follow a recipe, gather the precise measurements of flour, sugar, eggs, all those delicious components. Each step is crucial to achieving the perfect cake. Similarly, when we're faced with a problem, we need to collect all the relevant information we can get our hands on. This is the groundwork for our logical process. This might involve doing some research, consulting experts, or simply observing the situation closely. Each method adds a layer of understanding. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of logic, it's our secret weapon. It's what allows us to see beyond the obvious and uncover hidden truths. Instead of panicking, we can consult the owner's manual, check online forums, or maybe even call a mechanic friend. There are always resources available if we know where to look. The more information we gather, the better equipped we are to make informed decisions. It's like assembling a puzzle. Each piece brings us closer to the complete picture. But it's not just about the quantity of information, it's also about the quality. High-quality information is like premium ingredients in our cake. So, let's be selective, be critical, and gather the right information to fuel our logical engines. With the right knowledge, we can solve any problem that comes our way. We've identified the problem, gathered our information. Now what? Time to break down that mountain of data into smaller, more manageable pieces. Even the most complex problems become solvable when we approach them step by step. Think of it like assembling a giant jigsaw puzzle. You'd start by sorting the pieces by color, by edge, by pattern. Similarly, when we break down information into smaller chunks, we make it easier for our brains to process and analyze. We can identify patterns, connections and relationships that might not have been evident before. Let's say we're trying to write a research paper. Instead of staring blankly at a blinking cursor, we can break down the task into smaller steps. Each step becomes a mini milestone, a manageable chunk of work that contributes to the larger goal. This process of breaking down information is particularly useful when dealing with complex problems that seem overwhelming at first glance. So let's embrace the power of division, organize our thoughts and conquer those complex problems one step at a time. Now comes the fun part, the mental gymnastics, the critical analysis. We've got our information neatly organized. Now it's time to scrutinize it. This is where we separate fact from fiction, assumption from evidence, and identify any biases or flaws in our thinking. Remember, critical thinking is not about being negative or judgmental. It's about being objective, inquisitive, and always seeking the truth. Think of it like panning for gold. Critical thinking is the process of sifting through the irrelevant information to find those golden insights. Let's say we're evaluating the claims of a new health product. Instead of blindly accepting the marketing hype, we can ask critical questions. By questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and considering alternative perspectives, we can avoid jumping to conclusions or making decisions based on incomplete or inaccurate information. Critical thinking helps us overcome mental traps, allowing us to make more rational and informed decisions. So, let's embrace our inner skeptics, sharpen our critical thinking skills, and separate the logical gold from the fool's gold of misinformation. Congratulations! We've made it to the planning stage. This is where all our hard work starts to come together. We've identified the problem, gathered information, broken it down, analyzed it critically, and now it's time to formulate a plan of action. This is the blueprint for our success. Think of it like planning a cross-country road trip. You need to know your destination and the best route to get there. You wouldn't just hop in the car and start driving aimlessly, would you? Without a plan, you might end up lost or wasting time. Similarly, when we create a plan, we're establishing a clear path forward, a step-by-step guide to help us reach our goal. This ensures we stay on track and make steady progress. This might involve setting priorities, establishing deadlines, or identifying potential obstacles and how we plan to overcome them. It's about being proactive and prepared. Let's say we're trying to eat healthier. A well-thought-out plan can make all the difference. Instead of making vague promises to ourselves, we can create a meal plan, make a grocery list, and even find some healthy recipes we're excited to try. This makes our goal tangible and achievable. The more specific and detailed our plan, the more likely we are to stick to it. Specificity breeds accountability. Remember, a well-crafted plan is not set in stone. It's a living document that can be adjusted as needed. Flexibility is key to adapting to new challenges. So let's put our logical minds to work, channel our inner strategists, and create a plan that will guide us towards success. With a solid strategy, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way. We're in the home stretch now, the moment of truth. We've got our plan, we're armed with logic and reason. Now it's time to put our plan into action. This is where all our preparation and hard work come together. Think of it like launching a rocket into space. Every detail has been meticulously planned and calculated. We've designed the rocket, fueled it up and calculated the trajectory, but the real test comes when we press that launch button and monitor its flight path. It's a moment filled with anticipation and excitement. Similarly, implementing our plan is not just about going through the motions, it's about actively engaging with the process, observing the results, and making adjustments along the way. It's a dynamic and ongoing process. Let's say we've implemented a new marketing campaign for our business. We've put in the effort to create compelling content and reach our target audience. We need to track the results, analyze the data, and be prepared to make changes if something isn't working. This means being vigilant and responsive to the feedback we receive. Monitoring our progress allows us to identify what's working, what's not, and make course corrections as needed. It's about being proactive and not just reactive. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and always striving for improvement. We must be willing to pivot and refine our strategies. Remember, the true measure of our logical thinking lies not just in the elegance of our plans, but in the effectiveness of our actions. It's the results that ultimately matter. So let's launch our plans, monitor the results, and celebrate our logical victories. Each step forward is a testament to our dedication and strategic thinking. And there you have it, a simple step-by-step guide to thinking logically. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. And be sure to share your logical triumphs in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Keep those minds sharp and never stop exploring the universe of knowledge.